Hello everyone. Today I'm about to answer uh, question 1 until 4 from the 2015 November Mathematics Paper 1 from the CURRO Secondary School. Okay. For question 1, I'm asked to factorize fully. When I factorize here, I'll just need the factors of 12 and 6. Okay, for 12 I'll have 4 and 3, and then for 6 I'll have 3 and 2. If I put x here and there, the product of this is what is 8x, right? And then this is 9x. When I subtract the 2, I get the number in front, which is 1. So these things will become my brackets. I'll have 4x and 3, 3x and 2. And then since the constant time is negative, that means our brackets will have different signs. The bigger products between the two, if this product is big, it simply means that the sign of the middle term will go to the right hand side. But if this product is bigger, the sign of the middle term will come on the left hand side bracket altogether. In this case, 4 times 2 is not bigger than 3 times 3, so the sign of the middle term should come here altogether, because 3 times 3 is bigger than 4 times 2. How can we do that? So here we'll have a minus, minus and a plus there together. And then for 1.2, we must factorize 18 x squared y plus 45 x squared minus 5. I forgot the negative 2y and minus 5 there. Okay, here I must group things. I must group things that is common factors altogether. That means I must group 18x squared y with 2y, because y is common and 2 is also common there. Then I have 45 x squared minus 5. There's a common factor here of 2y. Whenever I take out 2y, I'll be left with 9x squared minus 1, plus if I take out the common factor of 5, I'll be left with 9x squared minus 1 altogether. We do have a common factor as well. The 9x squared is common, so we'll take it out. Let me use it a different color. I'll take out 9x squared minus 1 because it's common. And then when I do so, I'll be left with 2y plus 5 altogether. But I can further factorize the 9x squared minus 1 because it's a difference of 2 squares altogether. This guy here will give me 3x, 1 and 1 minus and plus. This is 2y plus 5. Now I factorize fully. This was just 3 marks. Okay. And then 1.3. I'm supposed to factorize fully. Y cubed. I have 7 minus a plus 8x cubed a minus 7. Okay. How can I go with this? Okay, let me write it as 8 x cubed and then a minus 7. When I take out a negative sign there inside the brackets, inside these brackets, when I take out a negative sign, my a will be positive and the 7 will be negative. I'm doing that because I want this to be the same as this so that I can factorize easily. Are you together? So there is a common factor here. A minus 7 is common because it appears on both these two terms. So if I take out a minus 7, I'll be left with what? I'll be left with 8x cubed minus y cubed. Are you together? A minus 7, this thing can be further factorized. It's a difference of cubes. Are you together? For the first brackets, what do I need to do? I just need to find the cube roots of 8x cubed. And what is that? It's 2x. The cube root of negative y cubed is minus y. Are you together? And then for me to find these three terms that will appear here, the first thing that I must do is to square this guy here. What will I get? I'll get 4x squared. For me to find the last term, I just need to square this guy here. What will I find? A plus y squared. And then for the middle term, I just need to multiply these two and then change the sign. If I multiply these two, I'll get a negative 2y squared, but when I change the sign, I'll get plus 2xy. Right, together. When I multiply the two, I get a negative 2xy, and then when I write it here, I must write it with an alternate sign. That's why it will be a positive 2xy. Okay. Let's go for question 2. Question 2, I'm supposed to simplify as far as possible. Whenever I simplify, I must be left with one term or just one number. Okay, so here I have x minus 4 over x. There I have x squared plus 4 plus 16 over x squared. Okay. Simplify fully. Okay, what I know is that here I can whenever I deal with fractions, I must always write down the LCD together. So since each bracket has its own fractions, so I'll deal with the fractions within each bracket first, just by following the Botmas rules. Here, if the LCD is x, that means I'll have x squared here minus 4, and then here the LCD is x squared. It simply means I'll have x squared, no, rather x to the power 4 plus 4 plus 4x squared plus 16. Are we together? And then what do I have? I cannot further factorize this side here. This thing is fully factorized. I just need to focus on the first bracket. There I have, at the top I have the difference of two squares, so it will be x minus 2, x plus 2 all over x, all multiplied by x to the power 4 plus 4x squared. Yeah, this is what I should have when this thing is fully factorized. or simplified rather. Okay, and then 2.2, I have 2x squared plus x minus 6 all over 2x squared plus 4x. Right, together. Here the factors, it's 2 and 1, 3 and 2. When I multiply, I get 4. Here I'll get 3. When I subtract, I still get 1. So it's 2x and 3, then x and 2. The sign of the middle term will be here, and here to be the alternate sign. I have the common factor at the denominator, which is just 2x. Then I'll be left with x plus 2. Since these things are, since everything is multiplied, I can therefore cancel this with this, and then I'll be left with 2x minus 3 over 2x. This is fully simplified. Mm, 2.3, I have 2 to the power 3x minus 1 all multiplied by 8 to the power x plus 1, then 2 squared. Okay, here I must just change everything to have the same base, so it's together. Since excuse me, since everything is multiplied, there are no plus or minuses separating my terms. I don't have to separate my exponents as well. I must just keep them as they are. 3x minus 1, here it will be 2 cubed all raised to the x plus 1. Please note that the whenever I have a situation like this, the exponents and powers, they would always multiply each other. This and this are together, so I'll have 2x minus 2. Here I will have 2 to the power 3x minus 1 multiplied by 2. The exponent and powers, they always multiply one another. It's 3x plus 3 all over 2x minus 2 all together. So here all I can do is to just take one base. Since everything has the same base, I can just take one base now. And for the numbers which are on the numerator, they are multiplying one another together. If numbers of the same base are multiplying one another, just take one base at the exponents. I'll have 3x minus 1 plus 3x plus 3. The one at the bottom is dividing, so we are going to subtract its exponents. All together. So here we have 2 to the power 3x minus 1 plus 3x plus 3 minus 2x plus 2. So I will have 3x plus 3x, that is 6x all together, and then 6x minus 2x is 4x, and then I'll have minus 1 plus 3 is 2 all together. Minus 1 plus 3 is 2, then 2 plus 2 is 4. So this thing simply means that I have 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 2 to the power 4x. This thing the same as 16 multiplied by 16 to the power x. Okay, and then now I have 2.4 I'm supposed to simplify fully 49x minus 1 all over 7x plus 1. Here 49x, I can write it as 7 together, so this thing will give me 7 to the power 2x minus 1 over 7x plus 1. If ever you have plus and minuses separating your terms, all you need to do is to separate your exponent and then factorize. Here I don't have to separate my exponents because I don't have exponents adding or subtracting one another. So all I need to do is to just make my life simple. Just say let 7 to the power x equal to k. So whenever I see 7 to the power x, that means I'll substitute k. In this case, since I have 7 to the power 2x, that means it will be k squared minus 1 over k plus 1. There at the top, it's a difference of two squares. It's k minus 1, k plus 1 all over k plus 1. This will cancel that one, and then we'll be left with k minus 1. But initially I wasn't given k. K was just a tool to simplify things for me. So whenever I see k, I'll put this guy back. So I'll have 7 to the power x minus 1. Now this is fully simplified. Then now let's move to question 3. Question 3, we are supposed to solve x. Guys, please check the lessons on this channel. I've put lesson 1, I've put it for the basics of just factorizing, solving x. Lesson 2, I think I was answering more questions of solving x. And lesson 3, there's inequalities. No, lesson 2 has inequalities. Lesson 3 has nature of roots. Lesson 4, simultaneous, exponents, etc. All in all, I think I have 7, if not 6 lessons there on YouTube. Please, guys, like all of them, they deal with one topic in the one set of a topic individually or together. So I have a topic just mainly on exponents, topic mainly on SURDS, mainly on just simplifying, factorizing, doing simultaneous equations, inequalities. Everything is there, guys. Please go and check the first lessons before you answer this. It will be very important. Okay, let's move to question 3. 3.1. What do I have? I have 5x minus 5 is equal to 2 to the power 3x plus 11. Okay, whenever I'm solving x, all I need to do is to remove my fractions, brackets and sets if I have them. Are you together? So I have 5x minus 5 is equal to 6x plus 22 plus 8x there. Are you together? So here I have 5x minus 5. On the right hand side I have like terms there. 6 plus 8 will give me 14x. Here I still have 22. Are you together? So now all I need to do is to isolate x. How so? Isolating x just means let everything that has x to be on the other side, and then everything else should be on the other side as well. So I'll have 5x minus 14x, because when this thing jumps to equal sign it becomes negative. On the right hand side I'll be left with 22 plus 5 because when the negative 5 goes to the other side, it changes the sign. Okay, 5 minus 14x will give me a negative 9x. This will give me 27. If I divide both sides by a negative 9, I'll be left with x is equal to negative 3. Altogether. Okay, then 3.2, I have x minus 6 is 16. First thing I need to do is to remove brackets. I have x squared minus 6x is equal to 16. Then x squared minus 6x minus 16 is equal to 0. I want the factors of 16 that when I subtract will give me 6. And those factors are just 8 and 2, minus and plus. Whenever I have two things multiplied, the answer is 0. Simply means the first thing is 0 or the second one is 0. Then therefore x is equal to 8 or x is negative 2. All together. And then now what do I have? Uh, 3.3, I have 3 over 7 multiplied by 3 x plus 3 is equal to 4 minus 2 over 3 . Okay, here I must since I have fractions, for me to remove fractions I must multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. The lowest number that both 3 and 7 can get into without leaving a remainder is 21 altogether. So 21 will be our lowest common denominator. I'm focusing on 7 and 3 because they are the only two denominators we have. So 21 is the lowest number that 7 can get into without leaving a remainder, and 3 can get into without leaving a remainder. So that means my LCD is 21. Eh? I must multiply everything by 21 for me to remove this fraction. When I say 21 minus multiplied by 3 over 7, I'll get 9, and then I'll still have this bracket. 21 multiplied by 4, I'll get 84, and then 21 multiplied by 2 over 3, I'll get 14. Now I don't have fractions. All I have is brackets. I need to remove them as well. 9 multiplied by 3 is 27x. 27. I have 84. 14 multiplied by 3. 14 multiplied by 3, I think it's 42. It's 42 plus 14x. Add together. So in this side I have 27x. Okay, I have 27x plus 27 is equal to 84. Is equal to 84. No, not 84, man. 84 minus 42 will give me 42 plus 14x, and then I'll have 27x minus 14x is equal to 42 minus 27. together. So here in this case, 42, 27 minus 14, I think I'll get 13x, and then this side 42 minus 27, 42 minus 27 is 25. That's 25. Then x is equal to 25 over 13 x is 25 over 13. Okay. 3.4. Multiplied by 5 squared. Okay. Here on the left hand side, whenever I multiply these two numbers, all I'll get is 1. Add together, and then I'll divide both sides by 2 for me to remove this, because whenever I solve x and x is at the exponent, I must isolate the base with the exponent. Add together. Now it's fully isolated. I have this and this. Whenever I'm solving x, I must try to make my bases to be the same and then make the exponents to be equal. My bases are the same, therefore x is equal to 1. Let's move to question 4. Question 4, I have 1 over r is equal to 4 over 1 plus the square root of p. I'm asked to make p the subject of the formula. Okay, how can I first deal with this thing? I have fractions. I don't like working with fractions. That simply means I must remove the fractions. Here it's simple. I can just cross multiply. I'll have 1 multiplied by the square root of p, because anything multiplied by 1 is that thing. And then here I'll have 4r. When I'm supposed to make p the subject, that means I must isolate p. I have 4r minus 1. For me to have p this as the subject, I must square both sides. Then I'll have p is equal to 16r squared, and then this term is minus 8r plus 1. Now I have p as my subject. (4.2) I'm supposed to solve for x and y simultaneously. I'm given 7x minus 2y is equal to 8. This is equation 1. And then I'm given 3x is equal to y plus 2. This is equation 2. If I have simultaneous equation, I must first make one variable to be the subject. How can I do so? I can say that from equation 2, y is equal to 3x minus 2. Just take this guy to the other side. And then by doing that, I'm forming equation number 3. When I do that, I just need to say substitute equation 3 in equation 1. Whenever I see y, I put that thing, 3x minus 2. So it simply means that I'll have 7x minus 2. Whenever I see y, I put 3x minus 2 all together. So I'll have 7x minus 6x plus 4 is equal to 8. 7x minus 6x will give me x plus 4 is equal to 8. Then x is equal to 8 minus 4, which is just 4. Now I know the value of x. I must go and substitute it to find the value of y. Remember, when x is 4, I created equation 3, so I can simply use it to find y. I'll have 3, since equation is 3x minus 2, therefore y will be 3 multiplied by 4 minus 2, which is 12 minus 2, 10. So I know that my x is 4 and the corresponding y value is 10. Now I've solved x and y simultaneously. 4.3, but if negative 3x plus 4 is greater than negative x plus 7, what is the greatest integer that satisfies the inequality? Okay, for us to find the greatest integer that satisfies the inequality, it simply means that you must solve the inequality first before you answer that question. So I will have negative 3x plus x is greater than 7 minus 4. This will give me a negative 2x greater than 3. Simply means that x is less than, or before I get there, let me just write everything step by step. Dividing both sides by negative 2. Please note, whenever I divide by a negative number, the sign of the inequality will change. This will cancel this. I'll have x. The sign is changing to a negative 3 over 2. Out together. What is the first integer value that is less than a 3 and a negative 1.5? The greatest integer, it will be negative 2. It will be negative 2 because 2 is the first integer value that is less than a negative half. So negative 2 is the greatest integer because this thing says x is less than a negative half. That means x should go from negative half until negative infinity out together. So the greatest integer value is 2. Is negative 2 rather. A function f of x is defined as this. Find f of 0. So that f of x is 7x squared minus x plus 6. F of 0, it simply means I just need to substitute 0 whenever I see x. I'll do this. So therefore f of 0 will be 6, because here we have 0 minus 0 plus 6. And then 4.4.2, I need to solve x when f of x is equal to 6. That means I should say 7x squared minus x plus 6 is equal to 6. Right, together. So I just need to solve x here. That means I'll have 7x squared minus x plus 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. 7x squared minus x, then I just need to take out a common factor, which is x. I've left with 7x minus 1 is 0. I have two things multiplied, the answer is 0. It simply means the first thing is 0 or the second thing is 0. So this is how you tackle a question, guys, whenever you have algebra, whenever dealing with algebra. Please stay tuned, guys. I'll be answering more question papers. This was the paper 1 from CURRO. It was a 2015 paper. I hope you guys understood and you learned a lot from this. Please DM me on TikTok. On TikTok, just search for Best Academy 2023. Best Academy 2023. If you need tutoring services, you can inbox me there and then we'll talk. For now, guys, I'm done for now. Please stay tuned and wait for more videos.